TW Hicks Flooring, Salon Renee, North Star Bank, Chick-fil-A, Sugar Queen Cupcakes, James Wood Auto Park, Geico of Corinth, Chase and Tail Barbecue, Loretto Family Dentistry, Nick Fredrickson at T-Rock Construction, Laird Lind at Lake Cities Realty, Lake Dallas ISD, and Mark Tucker, your local Allstate agent. Remember, for all of your Falcon information, visit ldquarterbackclub.org or like us on Facebook at Lake Dallas Quarterback Club. We hope you enjoy tonight's game.
Good evening, Falcon fans, and welcome to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast. We are live in Wichita Falls, Texas at Memorial Stadium for tonight's matchup versus the Raiders from Wichita Falls Ryder, matched up against your Lake Dallas Falcons. It ought to be a good night. Both teams, very strong teams entering this contest. Ryder has a 4-1 record. Their only loss came to the hands of the Denton Ryan Raiders by a score of 42-10. They are 2-0 in district, a 32-22 win over Byron Nelson, and a 68-14 thumping over Fort Worth Brewer. The Falcons come in with an equally good 4-1 record. Unfortunately, their district record is 1-1. Their first district game, they beat Denton High School by a score of 42-28. And unfortunately, the Falcons suffered their first loss of the season last week at the hands of Trophy Club Byron Nelson Bobcats by a score of 24-14, a game that just unfortunately the Falcons didn't execute well in, and just some unfortunate miscues. It seemed like if it was going to go wrong, it happened last week, and the Falcons tasted defeat for the first time this season. I'd like to welcome everybody. I am Dandy Dan Smith. I'll be bringing you tonight's play-by-play. I'd like to introduce the rest of my team. Beside me doing the color commentary is St. Nick Fredrickson. Nick, how are we feeling tonight about this game in Wichita Falls?
I'm feeling great about it. I think that our team is coming off that loss last week, and I think we're going to be hungry, we're going to smell blood, and we want to come out and make our presence known, and this is a game we've got to have, and I think they're ready.
Well, I hope you're right. Falcons have suffered a few injuries lately. Of course, the big one, losing star wide receiver Josh Jackson for 4 to 6 weeks with a fractured ankle. We talked to Josh this morning. He said it's just a hairline, so hopefully he can get back sooner. And you know those young kids, they tend to heal pretty quick. So Falcon fans, keeping your fingers crossed, and hopefully Josh Jackson can return to this field whenever he's ready, but as quickly as possible. Sure. Also, we want to let you know that Courtney Holder, our starting running back, will not see action tonight. I'd be very surprised to see him on the field. He's got a little bit of a bummed-up ankle. A few other guys with the injury bug. Marcus Gearman, defensive lineman, sprained ACL. He probably won't play tonight either. So they've moved up some sophomores. Coach Young's going to talk about that here in a few minutes in the interview.
Who else we got going on the broadcast tonight, Dan?
Well, I'll tell you what, the rest of our team want to introduce fabulous Fab Salas. He's twisting and tweaking over there, and going to hopefully keep everything online tonight, depending on how Ustream treats us. Want to introduce our stat man. It's Parker Webb, sophomore at Lake Dallas High School. Noah Hernando on the camera. He is a junior at Lake Dallas High School. We also have Nathan now I'm drawing a blank. We have Nathan Gilbert. Nathan Gilbert. He is a freshman at Lake Dallas High School. He's going to be helping Brother Van out on the sidelines. And speaking of Brother Van, Nathan, do we have Brother Van down there yet?
Yeah, I'm down here.
All right.
Finally got here.
So what's the deal? Normally you're eating on the way to Wichita Falls and you don't just pay attention to where we're going?
Well, here's the thing. There's all this traffic coming in from Oklahoma for the big Texas OU game, and why 35?
Jeez, oh, Pete, is he really going to bring this up?
Why 35 northbound?
Oh my gosh!
Why 35 northbound was crowded? I have no idea.
Hey, Brother Van.
Yeah.
Excuses are the nails that built the house of failures, and you almost failed tonight.
And then we've been on this diet thing, and I drank so much water, I had to stop at 3 different gas stations on the way out here. And the gas stations are about 30 miles apart.
All right, we're going to have Brother Van, shut your mic off because now you're just rambling.
Hey, it's 87 degrees down here on the field. It's sunny. If you look at the flags up at the top of Memorial Stadium, there's a light wind, but actually the way the stadium is set, it's set down into the ground. So actually down on the field, there's not much of a wind. I'm not sure, once that ball gets up in the air on the kickoffs and punts and throwing the passes and everything, if that's going to play any factor. But we'll see. It's a great night for Friday Night Lights, guys.
Boy, no doubt about it. I love coming up here. I love the old stadium. I love the way it's sunk in. I love everything you just said, and not to mention the people up here in the press box treat us very, very well. And it's unfortunate I'm on that diet because the concession stand review, it always gets 5 out of 5. But unfortunately, I just won't be able to partake. So, hey, Nick, let's talk about last week's loss a little bit. Just we're going to touch base on it briefly. Again, I mentioned we lost to the Trophy Club Bobcats by a score of 24-14. What were your thoughts on the game?
You know, it was a very heartbreaking loss because we were ready for that game from a preparation standpoint, but when it came time to executing on the field, we fell short. And our offense is where we struggled at. Our defense, I think, kind of took a bad rap from a scoring in the end of the game situation, but our offense is what struggled. They gave up some key mistakes at key points in the games to really hand the game back over to the Bobcats when it was really ours to give.
I thought it was our game to win also. It's funny because we talked about what could go bad. Nick Kreigman, he enters the game perfect for the year, and unfortunately he misses 2 field goals where it looked like the snap, the hold were pretty good. He just kind of pulled him a little bit left. That is going to happen, but he's been so solid this year, it was kind of surprising.
The fumble right before halftime on the kickoff.
Yeah, we muffed the punt. Of course, we were in the red zone inside the 5, and we fumbled, and they got it there in the first half. And the Bobcats, unfortunately, did score that late touchdown to make it a 10-0 halftime deficit. Just want to point a few things out. If you were listening to the game or at the game, the Lake Dallas Falcons actually outgained the Nelson Bobcats 255-230. We had more first downs. We held that good ground game of theirs to 169 yards. And, again, only 230 yards offense. Hats off to our defense.
Our defense really did a great job, you know, barring some of the stats that people could play one way or the other, but they did a great job all game long.
So Falcons find themselves 4-1 on the season, 1-1 in district play, and tonight is a huge matchup with the Wichita Falls Ryder Raiders. This team all year long has been ranked in all the state polls and everything else, most of the time in the top 10. If not that, definitely in the top 15. They're a strong team, a great tradition up here at Wichita Falls Ryder, and they're, again, have plenty coming in. Chase London, their big quarterback, a big lefty, has been very good on the season. He has thrown for 1,292 yards, 18 touchdowns on only 1 interception, Nick.
That's the huge key right there, right? You don't throw picks, and you have more opportunities to put points on the board.
No doubt. And if you guys get a look at, unfortunately, our camera tonight, because we cannot get the green screen, we're just going to show you the scoreboard throughout tonight's game. And unfortunately, we won't be able to go back and archive it and watch it. But Noah's hopefully going to look at for some other things that he can bring you on film. So good luck, Noah, and do the best you can. That being said, they do have an excellent wide receiver, Devon Ellison, who has just been a standout this year. 31 receptions, 788 yards, averaging 25.4 a catch, with 9 touchdowns. So look for those two to be a healthy part of this offense tonight, Nick.
Yeah, you know, we've got our work cut out for us. They're a strong team. They've got lots of weapons that can put a lot of yardage and points on the board, but guess what? So do we.
Absolutely. This Falcon offense is no slouch. Dagan Hahn comes in with 1,180 yards passing in 5 games last week. His worst game, and he was still completed 50%, only 107 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions for the year, 19 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So we can put points on the board equally as well. Both teams come in averaging close to 38 points a game. It's going to be a great game here tonight in Wichita Falls.
I can't wait to hear what Coach Young's got to say about this.
Well, speaking of Coach Young, coming right up, we are going to hear what Coach Young had to say in this week's interview. Hey, Falcon fans, we're here with Coach Young to talk about tonight's matchup with Wichita Falls Ryder. Unfortunately, the Falcons lost their first game of the year to Byron Nelson by a score of 24-14. Can you share your thoughts on that game, Coach?
Well, it was tough. We knew it would be really close. It was probably exactly the kind of game that we thought. I thought, it would be kind of a 24-28, 27-21 type of game, and that's probably what it should have been. We just didn't. We just didn't execute very well offensively to get points. The first drive that we got down, we fumble inside the 3. that's a killer. That takes 7 points away from you. And then, we had a couple other drives where, we just didn't execute things that like we should have offensively and put ourselves in having to kick field goals. And, we didn't make them. But, offensively, we've got to be better down there too. We missed a couple more opportunities to score there. And, we had after Josh got hurt, we had to replace him at punt returner, and we made a mistake there that cost us 7 points. We were really wanting just to go in at half at 3-0 and just kind of get regrouped, and I thought we'd be in good shape, and, we fumbled a punt return, and we go in at 10-0. It made a big difference in the game, but I think we have a young team, and they learned a lot of lessons from the little mistakes that you make in a game like that. There's when you play a good team like that, and it's a lot like this game with Ryder, there's going to be about 8 or 9 different things that you'll look back on that decide the game, and you got to hope that you're on the better end of most of those. And if you are, you'll win. But we weren't the other night. It just was one of those nights. Things didn't go our way, but they're a good team, and we battled with them. And I thought some positives that we handled them up front defensively. I thought really well. So that was a good thing. I thought we ran the ball decent against them as well. So that was what concerned is they were really good up front on both sides, and I thought we handled that pretty well.
Hey, speaking of Josh Jackson, he's the team's leading receiver. He's injured in the first quarter and did not return to the game. What can you tell Falcon fans about Josh's injury, and when might you expect him to return?
Well, he has an ankle injury, and it was more of getting hit kind of in the ankle to where, he caught it. He was planted in the ground. And, he got good news from the x-rays that they looked at that evening, and we think we're going to get him back by the end of this year, by the regular season, hopefully in the last game or two. And we'll just it'll be just to see how it goes. He'll probably go back in another week or two and take more x-rays and just see how it's going. But we think we're going to get him back, and we hope to. That's, and it's unfortunate for him. That's the sad thing, is that he doesn't get to play. But as a football coach, we understand that this is part of it. If you get, if you're going to get devastated by people getting hurt, you're in the wrong business, because this has just seemed to what happens. So we'll go on and move on, and hopefully we'll get him back by the end of the year.
Have you moved anybody up from JV for depth at the position? Or?
Well, we've moved we moved several kids up, and really just for one thing, we're just going to play one JV team the rest of the year because their numbers are going down. So we moved some kids up that can help us on special teams, and Courtney Holder is going to be out this week too at running back. So we needed to add somebody there, so we moved Aaron Berry up at running back. We moved Tristan Bowen up at receiver. We moved Williamson up to help us in some secondary, and moved Trailer up to help us a little bit at defensive end and give us depth. Really, you need depth this time of year. You get people banged up. Marcus Gurm was banged up, so we needed some help with depth there. We kind of got some kids banged up in the secondary, and so really just to add depth and give these kids, and it's another group, a whole bunch of sophomores that are really good players we think can help us too in the future, and it gives them a little bit of experience.
Well, tonight we make the long drive to Wichita Falls. What are the keys to winning tonight's game against the Ryder Raiders?
Well, this game is going to be very similar to last week. I think both teams score a lot of points, but I think when you have two good teams play against each other, it tends to be a little bit more balanced. I could see this being in the mid-20s to low 30s kind of game. It's going to come down to those certain plays that we've got to make, and hopefully we don't make mistakes that hurt us. I heard a NFL coach say the other day, it's not always the plays you make, it's the plays you don't make and the mistakes you don't make that win the game. So that's kind of the way football is. We just got to find a way to make some of those things happen, and I think we do. It's going to be a close game, and we'll have a chance to win this at the end, and that's what we need. That's what we want to try to do on the road, give ourselves a chance, and hopefully we will in the fourth quarter.
Well, this is your 9th season at Lake Dallas. The Falcons have been in the playoffs each of those seasons. Some of your coaches have been with you most of that time. Coach, how important is your staff to the success of this program?
Well, I think it's the most important thing. These guys are really the ones that are in the day-to-day contact with the kids, and they're the ones that we got 150 kids in our program. So for me to have a one-on-one contact every day and to visit with them about what's going on in the classroom and or at home, or different things. These guys are the ones that do a lot of that, and they know how I'm feeling. They know what kind of day we need to have at this practice or what we need to do. So things are just really so much better when you have people around like we have on this staff. I look at other staffs and they don't have that. Ryder is one that has. They're very similar to us. Those guys have been together a long time, and I think that's a reason for their success. Most of us have been to playoffs every year and won a lot of games, and I think a lot of that is our staffs being around each other, and they know each other, and they're just good guys, and they're good guys for the kids.
Well, Coach, have a great game. Thanks for your time, and keep grinding.
All right, thank you.
All right, Falcon fans, that was this week's interview with Coach Young. I thought he made some good points in that. We talked about his coaching staff. We talked about, obviously the loss to Brewer, Byron Nelson. It was unfortunate, Josh's injury. Although we have brought a few players up, Nick, and it was good to hear about some other kids potentially getting some varsity experience.
Right. Yeah, we definitely got some depth going on this team. That's one thing about being a young team like this. We do have that ability to, as he talked about, you can't worry about players being injured as a football coach. You're in the wrong business, and he has to have that ability to just say, yes, you're a huge part of this team, and you got injured, you got to move you over here. We got to keep moving forward without you. Hope to get you back as soon as you can. And it kind of seems harsh, but it's his business. It's a reality, and he's got to take care of the well-being of the overall team.
No doubt about it. And Brother Van seems like he wants to chirp in.
Oh, hey, I didn't hear the coach mention. I heard some of the boys talking earlier in the week. How many points underdog are we here tonight?
To be honest with you, I don't know. The Harris poll normally brings that out, and honestly, I don't check that. I can tell you right now that we would be the underdog. This Ryder team, as we talked about a little bit earlier, all year long been ranked highly in the state in 4A. They understand there are 32 districts in 4A. And we have 2 of the top 10 in our district. So you're talking about probably 250 4A teams, in our district features 2 of the top 10. Pretty tough district we're in here in District 5 of 4A football, Texas. So what's your take on that, Brother Van?
Did that answer the question?
I'll do a little research down here. I think the high steppers will know the answer to that more than you guys will.
All righty. Well, hey, it's going to be a great game. You mentioned the temperature is in the mid-80s right now?
Yeah, about 86 degrees right now. It's probably going to drop a little bit more, and it's actually, I mean, for some of the weather that we've been having, it's just a little bit humid. But, I mean, nothing like we were facing earlier in the season, that's for sure.
No, not at all. And taking a peek at these inflatable deals that the teams run through, the Falcons, they're usually representing pretty good. But I got to tell you, unfortunately, I have to give the edge. Nick and I were talking about it. The Ryder Raiders have quite the inflatable over there. You want to give a description of that, Brother Van?
Well, it looks like, is it some type of horse or whatever?
Yeah.
And, it's a cowboy or Zorro or something.
The Raider. I got to say, the helmet is impressive for the overall structure, but the crew sucks. Our helmet crew is so much better.
Boy.
And we've got Connie Shantz, we got Bill Slater, we got Gary Papard, we got Mike Williams, Paul Abels, and we got a whole bunch of Chris Slater, Garrett Shantz, Alex Papard. I think Christina Slater's even down there today. So
those are push-up guys, right?
I think so.
And I don't really know why you guys are asking me, because you guys are the experts on inflatables.
Oh, right. Yeah, appreciate that, Brother Van.
That's what I've heard.
The scale goes somewhere else tonight.
So anybody noticing, if you're looking at that on the camera, the Ryder Raiders have that Rojo kind of deal that they put on their helmets, and I've come to find out over the years that stands for Ride On Honorable One. So just in case anybody's wondering about that.
I did wonder. It didn't make sense to me.
No, it didn't make much sense. But there you have it, folks. Hey, Nick, real quick, do you want to talk about our starting offense?
I would love to.
Okay.
We've got in the starting center position, number 71, sophomore Chase Stanley, doing an excellent job for us this year there. On his left, another sophomore left guard, 75, Cody Pierce, doing an awesome job for us on that front line, being those two sophomores right there. Right next to them, they've moved over to the left tackle, number 65, the senior Emilio Hernandez, with it's a really strong left side over there. So, and we're building up here with the guys on the helmet. So, moving over to the other side, we've got number 61, Cody Shipman, a senior, doing an excellent job there. And backed up right next to him, number 79, is Dalton Montgomery, Brother Van's very own. So, that's really the front line for right now. We'll get into the offense and the other players here in a little bit.
You got it. As that team is building, they're putting the smoke out there. They're here in a few minutes, that team's going to be getting all pumped up, jumping up and down, and just can't wait to bust through that flag. So it's going to be a heck of a game. I can't wait to see it. I think the Falcons a little bit disappointed in the way last week went down. I do believe they could they know that they can play with that Trophy Club Byron Nelson team, and unfortunately it just didn't happen for them. Just didn't get it. I'm watching the coaches walk out, and it's interesting because normally coaches have their polos and their khaki pants on, but this week it looks like they're going to the sweats or shorts in kind of the athletic style T-shirt. Right now the Rider Raiders coming out of their tunnel, going to run across the field. They got two dudes with blue jeans and starched white shirts carrying black and gold RR flags all over the field. They look like they don't know where they're going. I'm not quite sure about that. So, anyway, we'll see. And there are our Falcons. They're over there. They're bouncing up and down. Just can't wait. Here they come, bursting through the flag. Going to take that sprint down to the far end zone. But again, customarily, they'll take their helmet off, take a knee, say a little prayer for safety, sportsmanship, and a Falcon victory. So, yeah! That's exactly right. So how was that one? Did he get you?
Man, he's Coach Young. He's discovered which side my wallet ain't on the last 2 weeks.
Better watch out. He might pickpocket you.
Hey, God, does he have kids? I hope he doesn't believe in corporal punishment, man. He swats a good one there.
Oh, I think that's greatness, man.
You know, you can bring 2 wallets, Brother Van, and protect both sides next week.
Guys, I don't know. I feel motivated. I think we got to get the palm in right now.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Everybody's psyched. Are you ready?
Ready.
Last week, the Falcons suffered their first big loss. This week, the Raiders will discover who's boss. Oh, yeah, we're the underdog by 14 points, but this time our boys will not disappoint. So 1st and 10 or 2nd and 3, come on, Falcons, take out their knees. So hit them down low or hit them in the head. You can get the same results at the hospital bed. And don't forget our weight loss contest, but for some it ain't working. Dandy Dan thinks he can lose pounds by doing Miley Cyrus twerking. Lest I digress. Now here comes the band, the team, the lights. Come on, Falcons, let's fight, fight, fight!
That is greatness.
Beautiful. The captain's out at the center of the field for the coin flip, and he just put it up. I believe it's Joe Opong, Emilio Hernandez, C.J. Harris, and I believe Brandon Simpson. The Rider Raiders have won the opening toss. They have deferred. So that means Falcons will start the game with the football and a good opportunity to go ahead and march down and put some points on the board.
Do you really think that's a big advantage either way there, Dan? I know a lot of people think it is. I'm not so sure it really matters that much, but I know a lot of people put a lot of stock in that.
In the grand scheme of things, you know, I don't know. It depends on what type of statement you want to make. It seems like nowadays everybody defers and they want the ball to start the second half. The way high school football is now, as much as people score,
yeah.
I don't know that they're saying we want our defense to make a statement because it just doesn't seem to work that way.
Right.
But unfortunately, looking across the field, we see number 3, not in uniform, but he is wearing his jersey, and Josh Jackson, unfortunately, walking out on crutches as he gets in line for the national anthem.
Thank you. Please remain standing as we honor our country and our flag with the presentation of the colors and the playing of our national anthem. Our color guard this evening include representatives from the Rider High School Junior ROTC. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pride of the Raiders Marching Band, the Stars and Stripes, and our national anthem.
Nice job, the Wichita Falls Rider Marching Band for the national anthem, and we are just minutes away from this game being underway. It's a great night. It's a long drive up here for anybody listening that may not be familiar with North Texas. Wichita Falls is about 2 hours away. It's about 115 miles away from Lake Dallas, so we do have a little bit of a haul to get up here.
Well,
makes for a long day.
About 2.5 for normal people, but when you fly in the Airbus of Dandy Dan, 2 hours get you here.
Like I said, about an hour and 45 minutes, and we're here. So now, in Brother Van's case, it can be a 2 hour and 45-minute drive.
They put those restrooms too far apart. I'm not used to being out in the country.
We are on the home side here in the press box, and we are facing the east. To our left would be the north end zone. To our right would be the south end zone. So if you hear us reference those points, you'll kind of maybe get a visual. Right now, the Rider Raiders are kicking off toward that north end zone or from right to left on your radio dial. Their kicker, number 90, Luis Trejo. Or we might go with Luis. Deep to receive for the Falcons, it's Keegan Brewer and Gerald Bryant. Gerald Bryant going to handle it at the goal line, bring the ball out. He's going to be hit at the 13 and tackled right there. Actually, they're going to give him the 14-yard line where the Falcons will set up shop on their opening possession, Nick.
Yeah, here we go. This is an important drive right here to set the tone of this ball game.
Agreed. You know, the Falcons just need to come out, execute, hopefully look a little sharper than they did last week against Byron Nelson and take care of business.
Of course, back here in quarterback, we got number 5, Dagan Hahn. And starting in the running back position back there is number 24, what is that? Mark Contreras back there.
And the opening play, Mark Contreras gets the handoff, and he's out to the 22-yard line. Nice 8-yard pickup for the senior running back.
And tonight our receivers are going to be number 8, Brandon Simpson, the senior, having a great season. Number 82, Garrett Shackelford, and I'll get back to the rest here in a minute.
You got it. Dagan Hahn out there, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and it's again Contreras in the backfield. He looks to his right, fires to his right. His intended receiver drops the ball. It's Brett Sasser. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 here for the Falcons.
Yep. Brett Sasser taking in that role of Josh Jackson and going to be getting a lot more reps out there. So Brett, number 1, out there in that wide receiver spot, really going to be throwing to him a lot this evening as well. Number 12, Keegan Brewer, and you've got that's pretty much it on the receivers tonight.
So we have 3rd and 2 at the 22. The give is to Contreras, and it looks like he's going to fall forward to the 24-yard line, very close to a 1st down. And I got to tell you, this is probably going to bring the sticks out, is my guess. Let's see where the spot is. It's actually just shy of the 24, and there we go.
He's marking it.
They're moving it, man. They gave it.
I'll tell you that.
Perfect. That's a good job for the Falcon offense coming out and picking up a 1st down on their opening drive.
I got to tell you, I was right down here on the line, and boy, that was close.
Yeah, I think if I was the other side, I'd be asking for a measurement. But.
Felt the same way, Brother Van. This time the Falcons go to the empty set. Contreras slides out of the backfield into the left slot. Sasser alone here on the near side by himself. 4 receivers to the far side. Here's a little hitch. It's Keegan Brewer hauling it in. He's trying to make a few moves, and he gets back to the 20-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 4 yards. Unfortunately, he didn't get the blocking he needed out there.
Yeah, Keegan limping a little bit after that little opportunity there that was missed.
Don't want to hear that. That's the last thing we need, is to have anybody else come up limping. This time Contreras back in the backfield with Degenhahn. 2nd down and 14. Hahn dropping back to pass. He's looking left, can't find anybody. He's going to let it go down the numbers on the left side, intended for the shack, and it goes in and out of his hands. It might have been tipped. Brother Van, you probably had a pretty good look at that.
No, I mean, it appeared here anyway that it landed in his hands, and he kind of tipped it up in the air. We're lucky that didn't fall in for an interception there.
Yeah, he had about 3 guys around him. Looked like they could have picked that off.
So tough down and distance here for the Falcons. 3rd down and 14 at their own 20-yard line. Falcons go the empty set again. Hahn, it's going to be a quarterback draw, and he's going to be tackled well short of the 1st down. Picks up about half the yards he needs out to the 27-yard line. But unfortunately, on 4th and 7, Falcons not going to be able to go for it at this stage in the game and with that field position.
Yeah, and is that our normal set for punt? That line looks really small there. I guess we have to run down and cover punt. So
pretty spread out. In punt formation, Logan Stewart, heavy pressure. He gets the ball off. It's a high kick down the middle of the field. Going to land at about the 47-yard line, and it's down by number 16.
Bryce McDougal.
Bryce McDougal this week at the Raider 45. So here comes the Falcon defense. Nick, who do we have playing defense for the Falcons?
Well, we've got this is our fun time right here, right? Josiah Tauefa, I got to mention him first, number 45, the junior, having an awesome season. And we got Mitchell Withrow, number 44, out there. He's playing, right in that center of that defense on that front line. 48, Cooper Davenport, and number 19, Mason Hyde on that front line.
Well, here come the Rider Raiders. I'm sorry, that's a tongue twister for me. A little bit of early movement there on the right side of the line, and that's got to go against the offense. Both those guys are moving. They're gonna claim it was a defense, but no way.
Yeah, their coach is
got
out
to
there
be coming
really
back. He's going to lobby for it, but I just don't see that happening. Let's see what we can get sorted out here with the referees. A penalty. That's the first one of the game.
Yep. In our middle linebackers, we've got number 11, Micah Fitzgerald. We've got 22, Joseph Opong, the senior. Number 37, the sophomore, Jacob Papard. And moving to our linebacker, or our corners, excuse me, Robert Jackson, number 23, Josh Rowe, number 20, and our safeties back here.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, our safeties are Andrew Craig, number 7, and Jacob Galloway, number 6. And that's they just called that on the defense, did they, Dan?
Yeah, but they gave a motion, an offensive penalty motion, as he was twirling his hands of one over the other. So 1st and 5 for the Raiders. The give is to Carlos Fleeks, number 21. He's going to be tackled at the Falcons' 46-yard line. Looks like Davenport, Andrew Craig, Josiah Tauefa coming up out of the bottom of that pile.
I've never seen that. Was a weird play. He had the ball and pretended like he didn't, hoping to trick everybody, thinking that the roundabout was still going down.
Fleeks comes into the game as the team's leading rusher, averaging 4.6 yards a carry, only 281 yards and 2 touchdowns on the season. This time to give to Fleeks, left side. He's outside the numbers and gets knocked out of bounds at the 46-yard line for no gain, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. I believe it was Joe Opong on the tackle.
It was, and they were holding Mason Height extremely well, but there was a hold right in front of the ref.
Well, they've already got off to a great start. He gave that offensive signal for a penalty, but marked up against the Falcons.
Yeah.
I was really confused by that. In comes Emilio Hernandez on the defensive line for a little bit of beef up there, so this is interesting. I like it. You got Cooper Davenport, 3rd and short for the Raiders. Davenport and Hernandez going to be lined up in the A gaps. Tauefa off left end. The snap goes directly to the back. He's going to pick up the 1st down. He's tackled at the 39-yard line by Micah Fitzgerald. That number 7 is Cortez Carter. Averaging 4 yards a carry. It's going to be 1st and 10 Raiders.
Yeah. Would have liked to be able to get the stop on that. This game has just kind of got a real slow, methodical feel to it so far, and I don't like that. Our style is fast and up-tempo and energetic, and it just seems like they're trying to lull us to sleep right now.
And the funny thing is, it's not like they are a running team. They are a predominantly passing team. Chase London, you look at him, he's a big lefty. Wears number 17. They're wearing the black jerseys with the gold letters, the gold helmet with the black stripe. But London, a big guy, he fakes the handoff. He's going to take it himself. Making the stop is Cooper Davenport at the 33-yard line. 6-yard gain on the play.
And our helmet crew, scouting crew, comes out Thursday night and watches his son, Bill Slater does. He said last night they did not call holding, and they held in the entire night. So I expect to get a little bit of the same going on this week.
You know, I got to tell you, it seems like every time we travel to Wichita Falls, we have a lot of question marks over our head when it comes to the Zebras. I'm not saying much. I guess I'll leave it right there.
There you go.
So. And the helmet crew down there, hey, they got a great seat, man. Check them out down there in the corner. Noah, can you get a picture of our helmet crew? The faithful guys that haul the trailer, get that thing set up, just add a little bit to the game presentation. Thanks so much, helmet crew. You're doing an awesome job. And it sounds like a bunch of freshman parents. That's going to be the same crew hanging out for the next 4 years together.
You're right.
So they have 1st and 10.
There's no way.
What is going on?
They marked off a penalty on them that I didn't even see a flag on.
Yeah, well, I was looking at the helmet crew, so I'm out of it. So, Dan, keep your eyes on the game. Hey, want to give a shout-out to Laird Lind. He tuned in early and let us know we're sounding good. So if you're on the World Wide Web, on that little magic computer box you might have at home, he says you can pick it up, and it sounds good.
I didn't know it was a magic computer box, but I like that.
This stuff amazes me. I mean, I could never do what Fab does. He understands it all the way. Now they're going to march it backwards, and it looks like a penalty against.
Yeah, because this makes total sense right now.
Help me out.
I'll
It's
take
first
it.
down and 15 at the Falcon 44-yard line. London in shotgun position. Cortez in the backfield with him. He's going to fire a fade down the left sideline to the leading receiver. A little bit of a push-off. Hauls it in and tackled at the 8-yard line by Andrew Craig. I tell you what, he totally pushed off of number 4, Jamal Carter, right as that ball was coming to him.
Yeah,
Did you see
said
that?
a little bit, but, man, he turned around and just gave him a forearm to the chest and gave some separation there.
So now Mason Height trying to get in the game. They can't let him. It's another fade to the far right side. That ball is incomplete. Defending on the play is number 23, Bob Jackson, going to bring up 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, Mason did a great job of getting off the field. He had to jump out of bounds and off the field to not have a penalty called on us there. So good job, Mason, and heads up of knowing where your teammates are in the game situations there.
Wow, I got to tell you, it just looked like the push. Devon Allison, the team's leading receiver for the Rider Raiders, he's got 31 catches for 788 yards on the year, averaging 25 and 9 touchdowns. Keep an eye on that number 19. Big play receiver. And I guess if you're allowed to push off, it certainly helps. Here's a give to Fleeks up the middle, twist and turn. And he's going to take it all the way down to the 2-yard line, where it will be 3rd down and goal, and I'm not quite – did you pick up who's in on that tackle there?
Yeah, Andrew Craig's the reason they stopped. It was tripped up by Mike in the middle, and then Andrew came in to put a helmet on him to keep him from getting in the end zone.
Emilio's going to be a tired boy. He keeps running out there. Now he's going to line up at that right defensive tackle position, him and Davenport in the middle. It's 3rd and goal at the 2. And no receivers. It's a jumbo package for the Raiders. It's a direct snap to Cortez. And he is going to walk into the end zone off left tackle untouched. Raiders take an early lead. 8:06 left to go here in the first quarter, and they go up 6-0 over your Lake Dallas Falcons. That just looked too easy. You know, they stayed away from Taoefa. You can see that.
Yeah.
Taoefa lined up on that left side of that defense. On to kick, it's Louis Trejo. That kick didn't appear to be too strong, but it was enough to get through those uprights, Nick, so that's okay. 7-0 Raiders, 8:06 left to go in the first quarter. You're listening to the Lake Dallas Falcon football broadcast.
Hi, I'm Trey Lusk, your Lake Dallas Falcons center number 55.
And I'm quarterback, Brett Sasser, number 1. Not only do we work together on the field, we also work together at your local Chick-fil-A on Swisher Road.
We are number 1 on the field, and we also serve number 1s all day.
Have you ever had our sweet tea? Because it's pretty sweet.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles in our cookie sundae. Come visit us at your local Chick-fil-A. Save the cows and eat more chicken. Go Falcons!
All right, we are back, Falcon fans, and Falcons on the field. It's Keegan Brewer and Gerald Bryant, number 13, deep to receive for the Falcons.
You know, I feel like I want to hit the reset button right now, and this is our chance to do that. Let's get this kickoff. Let's get some decent push here, and let's get something moving offensively, and you know, chew some clock up and burn some yards.
I think it's one of my go-to phrases, keep the sticks moving, a little bit of continuity, but that's exactly what we need. We just need some rhythm in our offense. It's a high kick. It's going to be handled by Bryant, 5 yards deep in the end zone. He takes the knee. It's going to be a touchdown touchback. Falcons ball 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
I like your positive thinking, though. It's going to be a touchdown by the Falcons. Just call it early. Let's go for it.
Yeah. How much wind we have out there, Brother Van? Because this boy seems to have a pretty good leg on him.
It's virtually none right down here on the field. Now, once again, I'm not sure, once it gets up there in the air, but it's still on the field.
Well, Falcons do need to answer back. They just need to get the ball moving. One good play after another. You can't get it all back in one play more than likely, but let's just have a nice, long, sustained drive and wrap it up with a touchdown. Here's the give to Brandon Simpson as he motioned back into the backfield. No gain on the play.
Yeah.
It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, we've got to get a little bit of push out of the line on that.
Yes, we do, because Simpson was met right there at the line of scrimmage and just nothing to us. Contreras in the backfield again. Hammer, we'd like to give a shout-out to the Hammer. Zach Lind, our former color commentator, listening in Lubbock, Texas, out there in Texas Techville. Hahn dropping back to pass, nowhere to go. He's just going to be gang tackled at the 15-yard line. And, wow, we're just really having a tough time.
I'm surprised he made that move because he did the shake and bake thing like he was going to run and then ran right into the defender.
Nick, I'm feeling the same thing that you said a while ago. It just seems to be like not a whole lot going on. It just seems to be a little bit blah down there for the Falcons. Are you feeling that as well, Brother Van?
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're not going to the air here.
3rd and 20, all the way back at the Falcon 15. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near one. Hahn looking left. He's going to throw down the seam. It's incomplete, intended for Simpson or Brewer, 2 of them in the same area, and I don't believe that's the way that play was designed, and I hate to say it, Falcons just are not looking sharp right now.
No, we're not.
So, but that can all change. Last week we go into the halftime trailing 10-0. We come out in the 3rd quarter, we win the 3rd quarter, go into the 4th quarter leading 14-10. So these guys just need a little bit of a spark. They need some fire underneath them. And we are on to punt. Logan Stewart standing at his goal line. 2 receivers for the Raiders standing on our 45-yard line. Here's the kick from Stewart. It's high, not very long. Looks like it's going to land at about the Falcon 33, take a backwards bounce to the 30, and then roll the opposite direction and down at the 33-yard line by Tommy Parsons.
And they're getting too close to our punter there.
Boy, no doubt about it.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, that's twice in a row.
Also the kick puts the ball at the 30.
Yeah, they're putting some serious pressure on us, unfortunately for the Falcons. 2 possessions, 2 punts. Right now we have 5 yards of total offense compared to Wichita Falls' 61. And unfortunately, it's just not on our side. We need to even these books right now, but
we need to force some mistakes on their part. We've got to start hitting them and make them feel those hits.
Raiders go to the empty set. London, here comes the blitz by Jamal Carter off the right corner. It's thrown his way. Devon Allison hauls it in. He's going down the sideline. Finally going to be tripped up and taken out of bounds at the 10-yard line. That play goes for 22, and Raiders are in business once again.
Yeah, making it look easy right now on us.
The interesting thing is we never see hardly any blitzes from the Falcons, and here comes Jamal Carter off the right corner. Certainly probably threw for a loop, but London...
They are staying on that left side. They are going at us.
Well, that's where the team's leading receiver, Devon Allison, is lining up. It's 1st and 10 for the Falcons. They're saying they can't, for the Raiders, they can't pick up another 1st down. Here's Carlos Fleeks up the middle, juking and jiving, taking the ball down to the 5, and it's going to bring up 2nd and goal at the 5.
A small victory here is to have our defense have a stance and keep them from scoring and force a field goal. That'll be a victory for us.
It certainly will, because their backs, they got the shadow of the goalpost right on the back, and they need to stand up and do something and create a spark. How about a turnover? If you remember the interception last week by Micah Fitzgerald, an outstanding play. Let's make something happen. Fleeks motions out of the backfield to the right. Here's a little fade to the right corner. That ball is caught for a touchdown. Brother Van, you got a number on that player? Because I can't see it.
It's number 4.
Number 4, that is
Cody Taylor.
Cody Taylor. He's caught 8 balls for 102 yards on the year, 2 touchdowns. That would be his 3rd. And now the Raiders come out. They line up in that swinging gate with their offense on the field, but they're going to switch it up and bring on their PAT unit, Luis Trejo, on to attempt for the Raiders. 6:11 left to go here in the 1st quarter play. And that ball is up. It is good, and the Ryder Raiders lead the Lake Dallas Falcons by a score of 14-0. This is the Lake Dallas Falcons football broadcast.
Dan Smith here, wanting to let you know about the greatness of Dr. V at Corinth Orthodontics. Dr. V and his patient-friendly staff go out of their way to treat their patients like family, including both of my daughters. Dr. V treats children and adults for all orthodontic needs. Please visit www.drvortho.com to arrange for your complimentary consultation. Corinth Orthodontics, helping to make the Lake Cities beautiful, one smile at a time.
All righty, Falcon fans. Hey, what do we got to do? You guys need to get out your lucky bandanas or Falcon shirts or Falcon hats or your old football jersey, whatever it takes.
Hey, it's only weird if it doesn't work, right?
That's what the commercial says, isn't it? That's exactly right. Trejo on to get this kick underway. Again, he's kicking toward that north end zone. Keegan Brewer, number 12, back deep to receive along with Gerald Bryant. Trejo seems to have a pretty decent leg as he's put it 5 yards deep and at the goal line. And here's a line drive kick toward the left corner of the end zone. It's handled by Brewer.
Keegan.
He's out to the 20, has running room. He's going across the field, changing direction. He's got plenty of room. Out across the 40. 50 down the far sideline.
Yeah,
all the way
baby.
to the
There we go.
39-yard line, and that might
Flag.
be the spark that the Falcons need. It looked like a late hit out of bounds of Brother Van. That could be another 15 yards from the 39.
You know, when he flipped in the end zone, I thought, oh, man, take a knee. And then he went and just found a little bit of a daylight. 3 different defenders missed him, and here we are in their territory, and now we got something to talk about.
Exactly. There's a personal foul called against the Ryder Raiders, and that's exactly what it is. It was a late hit. Is that right, Brother Van?
I'm sorry, I'm weaving through the band and
I think
through
that was
the
a yes,
cheerleaders
Dan.
and everything. There's one thing about this stadium is there's not much of a sideline, and you literally have to walk right through the team and everything to get to the other end.
Just tell them who you are. That's what you got to do there. Hey, Brother Van, how's the how do we sound coming out on the FM? Are we a little hot, or are we sounding good?
Well, I talked to a couple people there. They say it sounds pretty good. My radio's a little bit distorted, so I'm not sure.
All righty. Well, here we go.
But it's audible. We can make it out.
You got it. Hey, 1st and 10 Falcons at the Raider 24-yard line. This is time to get us right back in this ball game. It's to give to Contreras off left tackle. He's going to maybe pick up a half a yard. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Falcons.
Yeah.
Say, want to go back. I mentioned Hammer watching out there. Noah has the video right there on the scoreboard, and Hammer made a comment, when did Wichita Falls get that video board? He says that thing is awesome. So you folks at home can, watch. Well, I got to wonder. Oh, boy. Hahn going to try to keep it himself, and there's a linebacker coming off that right end, hits him in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 3.
Yeah. We've got to get something going here on the offense. We are just stuck like Chuck right now on that offense. We need something positive.
Having a hard time finding that rhythm. 3rd and 12 at the 26-yard line, 27-yard line. Fakes Contreras, little play action. Hahn looking downfield, just can't find. He lobs it down the middle. It's Simpson. Hauls it in at the 5, still on his feet after he gets hit. He's trying to touchdown, baby! Touchdown!
Yeah!
Wow, that is some serious power from Brandon Simpson. He gets hit at the 4, and he bulls his way into the end zone. That is fantastic.
That kid wasn't going to take I'm down for an answer and found his way to the end zone and said, give me 6, please.
Wow, that was just a fantastic play, and that is what the doctor ordered for the Falcons. Nick Krigsman on to attempt the extra point for the Falcons, and we are right back in this ball game with 4:54 remaining here in the first quarter of play.
You know, with Josh being down, we've got to find that leader, and that looked exactly like a Josh Jackson play.
And that kick is up and good for Krigsman. 4:54 left to go. Raiders 14, Falcons 7. This is Lake Dallas football.
For the best barbecue in North Texas, visit Chase and Tail Barbecue, home of the pig, located in Hickory Creek on the I-35 southbound service road. Their award-winning ribs and signature pulled pork are to die for. They can also cater any event from tailgates to weddings. Check them out at www.chaseandtailbbq.com or like them on Facebook. Tired of chasing your tail? Let us do the cooking. Chase and Tail Barbecue.
Thanks to Mark Tucker Allstate for sponsoring the halftime field goal kicking contest again this year. If there's one thing I know since my 17-year-old son started driving, is insurance. Mark Tucker, your local Allstate agent.
All right, Falcon fans, and we are ready to kick off. And number 58, Logan Stewart, is getting the troops ready to boot it down to their end of the end zone, and let's go hit some helmets.
All righty, Dave, perfect. Falcons back in the ball game. This is fantastic. There's the kick by Logan Stewart. It's going to land at the 19, take a big bounce. It's going to be fielded at the 19. And here comes their return man out across the 30-35, going to be tackled by a number of Falcons on the far side at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Jamal Carter on the top of that pile there, number 4.
Is Logan Stewart wearing number 58, right?
Yes.
Did you talk about that?
I didn't. I just called it out.
Logan Stewart, last week's Special Teams Player of the Week, normally wears number 33, but this week, due to the call-ups, to get an eligible number, Aaron Berry's a running back, and he needed a number to make him eligible to be a ball carrier. So we did a little bit of flip-flopping with the numbers, it looked like. Bryce McDougal last week wearing number 80, this week wearing number 16. And getting a little bit of creative.
Yes. Got to do some juggling to get throughout the season, right?
You got it. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at their own 38-yard line. Falcons show the 3-man front. Raiders Fleeks in the backfield along with London. It's a little zone read. They're going to give it to Fleeks, and along comes Joe Opon to make a very nice stop for just a short 1-yard gain.
That's
a nice tackle.
Oh, that was a very nice tackle. A flying tackle. I mean, my gosh.
That is a very nice tackle. Unfortunately, guys, upon looking at that, I think that the scoreboard was showing some live action. We just can't do that. So we're just showing you the score and the time and everything else. I hate to say it, but we've got to abide all these rules. It's kind of cool because they show the replays up there, but we just can't afford to show the live action.
Nope, not going to be the reason the team gets penalties or any kind of action against it for us.
Just got to mind our P's and Q's. Play clock down to 5. London in that shotgun formation. Again, they give it to Fleeks, trying to make his way around the left side, and it's Andrew Craig going to run him out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Brings up a rare 3rd down for them.
Yeah, rare. Well, they've had a few of them. It's just been 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. This one here is 3rd and 5, and a good time for the Falcon defense to get off the field and let their offense have another crack at it. Is that number 84 for the Falcons, Hunter Blanton, in the game? Lined up at the nose. We got Tao Weff off the left end, and it looks like Withrow off the left end. Again, Falcons going to that 3-man front. This heavy passing team. Again, Chase London, a big quarterback. He's a southpaw. He comes into the game with over 1,200 yards passing, 19 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. And here he comes, getting pressure from Tao Weff off the left side. The little screen pass out to the right. We have a missed tackle. Number 7, Cortez, still on his feet. 1st down into Falcon territory. Run out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Boy, that play, unfortunately, that missed tackle, was that going to stop him short of the 1st down, you think, Nick?
It was going to stop him short of the 1st down, and that's definitely, you know, Mike is a great open field tackler, so not very rare to see that.
All righty, and quick play. Boy, they got that one off in a hurry, and it looks like Devon Allison with the ball, and he's all the way down into the Falcon at 16-yard line, and that play happened so quick. I was what exactly was it? Describe it.
You know, it was just a little screen bubble pass, and he just ran right down the middle of the field behind some defenders, and nobody could get a hand on him and tackle him, and then Bob Jackson twirls him out of bounds.
All right, Raiders really stepping it up with the movement of the ball here, and these plays are coming hot and heavy. Here's a pass complete to the 1-yard line, and Falcons just seem to be playing on their heels. That's number 4, Cody Taylor, hauling that one in. 1st and goal at the 1 for the Raiders. They're making short work of this field. Here's another fade right side. It's Bob Jackson gets up, gets a hand on it. It's incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd down and goal.
Bob doing a good job on that coverage down there. That was excellent position and jumped and reacted perfectly on that.
That number 2, that is what Israeli Esquivel?
No, T.J. Vasher, the team's 2nd leading receiver, 19 catches, 255. He's 6 touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, he's about 6'5", 6'6". I mean, he can just go up high.
2nd down and goal at the 1. Now they go no wide receivers, a very tough set, and it's a direct snap to Fleeks. He's going to try to take it himself, goes up the middle, and again, doesn't get hit till he's about 2 yards deep into the end zone. And that just looks a little too easy, Nick. I hate to say it. I don't like saying that, but that's what it was. We just didn't get the push up front. So Falcons now with 3:28 left to go here in the first quarter, pending the extra point. They're trailing the Raiders 20-7. Here's the kick by Trejo. It is up right through the uprights. And now it is Raiders 21, Falcons 7, 3:28 left to go in the first quarter. This is the Lake Dallas Falcon football broadcast.
James Wood Auto Park, a proud Lake Dallas sponsor with locations in Decatur and Denton. Selling new and used vehicles since 1978. Brands that you know and trust. Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Cadillac at prices you can afford. Come on in and see what the revolution is all about. And test drive the vehicle of your dreams today. Find out for yourself what people have known for years. As they say at James Wood, we'll beat any deal.
And we are back here live at Memorial Stadium. Falcons in a deep hole here early in the first quarter. 3.5 minutes left to go, and they trail the Raiders 21-7.
Yeah, and our defense has got to come alive, and I mean, they did such a great job last week keeping us in the game, giving us chances. They've got to do the same this week.
Here comes the kick by Trejo. And again, it's a deep one. It's going to be in Gerald Bryant's direction. He hauls it into the 5, and he's going to choose to take a knee for the touchback. It'll be 1st and 10, Falcons at the 25-yard line.
He kicks it in the same spot every time.
Every time. Boy, that kid's got a heck of a leg on him. Where's number 90? That's an unstable number for a kicker, isn't it, Nick?
I didn't know that was an unstable number for a kicker, but okay.
Well, just go with it.
Okay. I believe you, Dan.
Raiders
Raiders
3 possessions this game, a touchdown on each of them. Falcons now on their 4th possession. Unfortunately, had to punt on their first 2. They did score a touchdown on their 3rd possession. It was a 3-play, 24-yard drive. The 26-yard pass play from Dagan Hahn to Brandon Simpson. There's a big hole for Mark Contreras, taking the ball out to the 29 for a 4-yard gain.
Big number 77, Travis Fredrickson, getting a little time in there on the right tackle.
We're going to check that. It was not Mark Contreras. Aaron Berry, the player they moved up from JV, he's a junior in at running back for the Falcons. Correct me, is he a junior or sophomore?
He is a junior.
Here's a pass fired out the left side. It's first down yardage. Garrett Shackelford, the Shack, all the way out to the 42-yard line. 2 nice plays put together for the Falcons. It's a 13-yard gain and a Falcon first down.
I asked him at the breakfast this morning if he brought any stickum for his hand so he could make sure and pull that ball in tight. Looks like he listened to me.
What did he have to say about that?
He looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, he probably wanted to slap you, didn't he?
That's all right. I'm a little bigger than he is.
The Raiders with a 3-man front. Hahn dropping back to pass, looking to his right. He's going to fire right. It's Brett Sasser hauling it in at the Raider 45-yard line. He's going to be tackled, but they're going to give him progress actually to the 46-yard line. But there again, another nice play. It's a 12-yard gain and keeps the sticks moving. We like that, Nick.
Yeah. Starting to, I think Dagan is struggling the first 3 sets out on the field trying to find his groove. Looks like he's getting into a little bit of it.
Less than 3 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. They fake it to Barry. Hahn going to keep it himself around the left side inside the 40 and dives forward to the 39-yard line, 7 yards, and we're moving the ball. And we're starting to look like this offense is gathering that rhythm. Again, that continuity and picking up yardage as needed.
Coach Mills, if you listen to this on the playback, Dagan, let's teach him to slide. I do not like when he goes head first and they pound on him.
Barry still in the backfield with Hahn. 3 receivers here to the near side. They fake it to Barry. A little slant to the Shack, and unfortunately, in and out of his hands at the 30-yard line. That would have been good for a first down, and you can see him getting an earful from one of the coaches over there. We got to catch that ball.
Yeah, Coach Young ain't happy.
No.
He's screaming, you got to catch that ball.
He had it in his hands. He just let it go.
You know, and unfortunately, these young players, I hate to say it, sometimes it can just get in your head because we know he's a way better receiver than that. The kid's got good hands, but right now he's just struggling with it. He'll bounce back. Here's to give to Simpson out of the backfield, left tackle, and he's not going to go anywhere. Might even lose a yard. And it looks like we have a flag on the play. We have a face mask coming up.
Something. Did you see Brandon reach at the end there to try to get that first down? Just always putting it out there.
Wow, yeah, we had a 3rd and 2 play, and
it's got to be face mask.
Let's see what we have coming up. 2:08, personal foul, face mask called against Wichita Falls Rider Raiders, and that's going to be a Falcon first down. Take the ball all the way down to about the 21-yard line. So we'll take those 15 yards, and again, another first down and keep the sticks moving.
Nice little drive going right here by the Falcons. I like it.
You know, I think if we could score on this possession, it would help boost the confidence, and these boys will know that they can play, they can hang with this team.
Yeah, you're right.
First and 10, Falcons at the Raider 21-yard line. Empty set for the Falcons. 4 receivers here to the near side. We are headed toward that south end zone, and it's Shaq alone on the far side or the left-hand side of the field. Less than 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Falcons trail the Raiders 21-7, but are on a very nice drive. Hahn back to pass.
Oh, wow.
Evades a blitzing linebacker. He's going to fire over the center of the field. Good coverage intended for Keegan Brewer. Pass ball's incomplete, going to bring up second down and 10.
Keegan did a great job of recognizing that he was covered and that ball was going to go a little behind him, and he turned around and became a defender there to keep that ball from being intercepted.
Falcons' current drive, 6 plays, 54 yards, and I'd like to give a shout-out to David Laubacher, former president of the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club, who is blowing up my phone. I'm getting a text about every minute, and none of it makes sense, I got to tell you. Second and 10. Little hitch pass. Sasser has it. He's got a little bit of yards inside the 20. Going to be tackled at the 15. 6-yard gain on the play, and we had a little bit of extracurricular activity with Brandon Simpson and one of the Raiders.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but Brandon that's about his third or fourth little skirmish after the play with a player down here. And I don't think it's all on Brandon. I think that they're you know, doing some trash talking down here.
A little chin wagging going out there, I bet.
3rd and 4 for the Falcons. About a minute to play here in the first quarter. They're at the Raider 15 and on a very nice drive. They fake to Barry. They're going to throw the hitch to the left side. It's the Shaq. He hauls it in. He's going to take it to the 12. Very near a first down. I think he needed 1 more yard to get to the 11. It's going to bring up 4th down and 1 in decision time here for Coach Young.
Yeah.
I think he's going to leave his offense on the field and say, let's pick it up. Let's keep it moving. He feels like touchdowns is what he needs to win this ball game, and I don't blame him based on the way what we've seen out of the Raider offense. A little bit of a personnel change.
Going to the big gorilla play right here.
Yeah, Bryce McDougal. They're going to have to get this. It's 10 seconds on the play clock. Kyle Welfa in the backfield, 8-7. Hahn going, and they're going to have to call the timeout.
That's good.
Timeout called Falcons. I agree with you, Brother Van, all the way.
It's too big of a play here.
26 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Raiders 21, Falcons 7. This is the Lake Dallas Falcon football broadcast.
Hey, Falcon fans, are you buying or selling a house in the Lake Cities or surrounding areas? Well, contact my realtor, Laird Lynn, Mr. Lake Cities at lakecitiesrealty.com. You can contact him at 214-704-3120 for all of your realty needs.
Take your old Model T up to Geico Insurance. It's the big yellow house off I-35 and Corinth Parkway. Find out what all the hoo-bally and the ballyhoo's about when you call Cheryl McDonald at 940-321-3990, and you find out how you could save 15% in 15 minutes.
All right, Falcon fans, we're back. Boy, we got a dancing old man in a cowboy hat up on that video board right now, and the crowd seems to love it. You never know what you're going to get up here in Wichita Falls, Texas. All right, big play here for this Falcon offense. 4th and 1, ball at the 12. Hahn under center. Towel up in the backfield. Simpson in the backfield. Barry in the backfield. The pitch to Barry, right side, trying to get the big blocks. He's got it inside the 5. Touchdown. Oh, they got to give it to him. His knee did not go down.
Oh, that's some home cooking right there, buddy.
He was twisting and turning and stumbling going into the end zone, but they didn't give it. Aaron Barry, 11 yards all the way to the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, Falcons. Hahn again under center. It looks like, oh, there's a little fade out to the left side.
Wide open.
Wide open as they caught the Raider defense just not knowing what to do.
Wow.
Smart heads-up play by that sophomore quarterback. Identified the problem. Got the snap off quick. Bam, easy touchdown, Nick. Love it.
That drive was how many yards? It was 10 plays and 75 yards. That's what we need.
That's what we're accustomed to here with this Lake Dallas Falcon offense. Great job, boys. Way to pick yourself up and get yourself right back in this ball game. Here comes the kick by Kreitzman. It is up. It is good. Falcons with 15 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Trail the Raiders only by 7 now. It's 21-14. You're listening to the Lake Dallas Falcon football broadcast. Do you want a better-looking smile? Dr. Christina Mackey of Loretto Family Dentistry can handle all of your family dental needs. Located on Corinth Parkway,
You will love our warm and inviting atmosphere with ceiling-mounted flat-screen TVs. Find us on the web, LorettoFamilyDentistry.com, and contact us for information regarding free, pre-filled disposable whitening trays. Loretto Family Dentistry.
Salon Renee proudly supports the Lake Dallas Falcons. For styles and colors on the cutting edge, come visit us at 3961 Swisher Road in Corinth. Go Falcons!
You know, Dan, are we still in the halftime? Are we still in the first quarter?
Yeah, we're still in the halftime, and it is the first quarter.
This game is fun right now, guys.
And we just got a barn burner going on.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. I don't hear Al Michaels saying that on Sunday night.
What? Are we barn burner, or are we still in the halftime? The high kick by Logan Stewart, going to be fielded by Devon Allison at the 15. Going to be tackled by number 80, and that is Ben Williamson on special teams. The sophomore call-up from JV making a stop at the Raider 28-yard line.
I appreciate the compliment, Brother Van, though, putting me in that same category there.
I got to love it. You know, we are just not above dogpiling each other up here, are we?
Not at all.
Wow. Hey, and rumor has it that the Hammer may be in town next week.
Oh, wow.
So
Did we have a sighting at the home game there?
Well, I've gotten information. I'm going to keep it on the down low where I'm getting this stuff from, but Hammer may be in town when Lake Dallas travels to C.H. Collins to play Denton Geyer. Wow. And I think we're going to have the Hammer up in the booth to do a little bit of special announcing for us. So get ready, Falcon fans. You've heard him for the last 2 years, and he may be back to do a little cameo. Always glad to have the Hammer, and hopefully he makes it in town. London going to keep it himself. He's going to fall forward for about 3 yards in on the stop. It's Mitchell Withrow with the first hit. I believe Tao F. also in on that tackle for the Falcons.
Yeah. They're really doing a good job of keeping Tao F. quiet, but they're double-teaming him all night long.
By the way, since Zach's listening, I just want to let him know I will be at the Oklahoma-Texas Tech game.
Yeah, are you Boomer Sooner or Guns Up?
Because of NCAA recruitment regulations, I am not allowed to say.
You got it. Well, hey, it's the end of the first quarter. Falcons trail 21-7 to the Raiders. This is Lake Dallas Falcon football.
Do you have a sweet tooth, Falcon fans? Well, Sugar Queen Cupcakes is the place for you. A shop on Main Street in Lake Dallas, their delicious cupcakes are a great treat for birthday parties, corporate events, PTA meetings, school functions, and more. With anything from a red velvet cupcake with cream cheese frosting to a classic chocolate cupcake, the choice is yours. They can even create a unique display just for you. What are you waiting for? Stop by Sugar Queen Cupcakes, the official cupcake of Texas, today.
North Star Bank, a proud supporter of the 2013 Lake Dallas Falcons. If you're looking for a home to do your banking, North Star Bank. Go Falcons!
All right, it's been a great game. Great start to this game up here in Wichita Falls. If you like scoring, 35 points put up in that first quarter of play, 14 by your Lake Dallas Falcons, 21 by the Wichita Falls Rider Raiders. And we got a bunch of confusing looks going on. We got a couple Hazel scouts looking at me like you don't know what's going on.
Over here.
All right.
Somebody turning the lights on and off.
Yeah,
over
here. We got a little bit of nonsense going on. It's 2nd down and 6 for the Raiders. Ball overthrown. Bob Jackson tries to go up and intercept it. Can't come down with it. It's going to be incomplete. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6.
I like the call there on defense. Doing a little stunting, getting a little covered blitz that they didn't expose until right at the last second. We're getting a little bit of penetration in that backfield.
Well, you know, and that throws off timing. That's exactly what that does, and it's something the Falcons you really don't see a whole lot of. Number 56, Devontae Traylor, sophomore being called up from JV in at left defensive end. Tao Weffa slides into the nose position, and it looks like Withrow out there on the right end.
And we got our 56 on defense out there. The
Devontae Traylor.
Yes.
Fitzgerald, Opong. Kane Cox in at linebacker. London dropping back on 3rd and 6, being flushed out of the pocket, rolls left, fires, hits it. Cody Taylor at the 45. He's able to run to the 47-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds, and that's going to be a Raider first down near midfield.
Yeah. Devontae had a track on him, was almost on his heels, and almost had him in his grasp.
I've gone to some JV games, and I'll tell you, these 4 kids that Coach Young has elected to bring up have played very, very well at JV level. Love the way Aaron Berry runs, and you saw it on that 11-yard gain that put the ball at the 1 for the Falcons. He just keeps it moving. Traylor, he's undersized at varsity. He played left defensive end, but he is active. Here's a give right up the middle into the Falcon secondary. It's going to be Craig and Josh Rowe making the tackle at the Falcon 39-yard line. 13-yard pickup and another Raider first down.
We just can't stop them.
Well, we can. We're just going to have to do it. It's going to have to be some turnovers. Falcons really haven't created a ton of turnovers this year. Let's hope that London does something. Maybe one of those blitzes, we can disrupt his timing. We can get him to throw one. We can hit him when he's throw it. The Falcon defense will come through. I thought they played really good last week. It's been a bit of a struggle today. But I have faith in this Falcon defense. Here's the handoff. Taken up the middle. 2-yard gain on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 8. And that back, number 5, is Josh Hatch. I believe that's his second touch of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, I take plays like that where they get 3 yards out of it. You know, we can deal with that, but when they start chunking up at 10 and 12 and 15 chunks at a time, we just can't afford that.
Falcons using 4 linebackers in this game. It's Jake Papard, Micah Fitzgerald on the outside. It's Kane Cox and Joe Opong as inside linebackers. This time it's Fleeks in the shotgun position. He keeps himself, that's Devon Allison taking it up the middle, still on his feet inside the Falcon 20. Craig going for the strip, just can't do it, and Devon Allison down at the 16-yard line. That's a 20-yard gain. And
10 of those yards, the last 10 yards, he had been hit. He drug them with him.
Yeah, dragging one of our players.
That kid's a heck of a player. I didn't get a chance to talk to the Wichita Falls folks. I imagine he's got to be getting some looks for college upcoming. 1st and 10 Raiders at the Falcons 16-yard line. Falcons trailing in this game by a score of 14-21. Struggled on defense. 10-14 left to go here in the second quarter. London spins around, throws a little bubble screen left side, well defended by the Falcons. It's Jake Papard on the stop. Play goes for no gain. Nice job. They tried a little misdirection. London looks to his right, spins around, fires left, and Papard right there to make the stop. Jake Papard on the season, 37 total tackles, 7 of those for loss. We've discussed him quite a bit. Plays a pretty good outside linebacker for a sophomore, Nick.
He does. And he hits hard, and his motor goes all game long.
Devon Allison still in at quarterback here for the Raiders. This time they're going to give it to Fleeks around the right side. He's got a little running room inside the 10. Jackson in on the tackle at the 8-yard line. And Micah Fitzgerald also in on that play, Joe Opong. So that is going to bring up 3rd down and 3 here for the Rider Raiders. London comes out of the game. I believe Allison will probably line up in the backfield again is my guess. 9:03 left. Big 3rd down play here for the Falcons. It's 3rd and 2 at the 8-yard line. Tight formation, power set. The direct snap to Fleeks. He tries to take it off left tackle. He might have enough for the first down, but it's pretty well defended. Mitchell Withrow in on that stop, and I'm not quite sure who got him down low there. Brother Van, did you see that?
I didn't, but it's going to be short. It's going to be 4th down.
All right, so you hear it. Brother Van's got a great look over there from the far sideline, the Falcons sideline. 4th and short here. I imagine we have Emilio Hernandez. That's been the case on short yardage situations for the Falcons. Tauwiff in there. Cooper Davenport, Mason Height, not Cooper. We're going to have 5 down linemen. It's Withrow, Height, Tauweffa, Hernandez, and Devontae Traylor. 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter. And here, again, a very tight formation. They've been direct snapping right to Fleeks. That's what it is. He takes a step back, looks to go, and I think the Falcons made the stop. That's Withrow again on that tackle, and Joe Opong, and I believe that's going to be a turnover on downs, and that could be a huge play for this Falcon defense in this contest. That's it. Referee says we're going the other way. Great stand by the Falcon defense. That's what they got to do. Don't say we can't stop them just too early. That was beautiful. It stopped a 10-play, 63-yard drive by the Rider Raiders. They'd scored on their first 3 possessions, but they couldn't do it on their 4th. Boy, fantastic. So the Falcons going to have it 1st and 10 at the 6-yard line. Whoever's running that scoreboard for them, I look at it occasionally. It just seems to always be wrong. They had 11-yard line up there. Is that the 6 or the 7 there, Brother Van?
Late substitution, yeah.
6.5.
6.5. Aaron Berry late getting into the backfield for the Falcons. 2 receivers over here to the near sideline. The give to Berry's got a big hole up the middle. Out across the 20, drafts a few defenders out to the 26-yard line. Beautiful run. 19-yard pickup for that sophomore running back, Aaron Berry.
Yeah, what a great little run for him. They had his jersey, pulled it back about 10 yards, and he was still running out in front of them.
I've seen plenty of JV. My daughter cheers at the JV and freshman games, and I love the way this kid runs. He runs hard, he hits the hole quick, and he really does a great job of it. Here's the inside give to Brandon Simpson, and he's got another first down for the Falcons out to the 39-yard line.
They are hanging up on Brandon again.
13 yards on the play. So
they won't let him get up.
No, they keep slapping him well after the play and really pushing him around.
This could be a little bit of instigating. Perhaps they know something about Brandon that not everybody else does. I'm not totally sure, but they sure do seem to be trying to antagonize him. Hahn dropping it back to pass, looking, can't find anybody. He's roaming around the backfield, trying, spinning, changing directions, coming over here to the near side. He's got a little bit of running room, and he tries to let it go down the left side. He's got his receiver.
Oh, wow!
At the 37-yard line of the Raiders, and he just kept looking and finally found that open receiver. Those two work so well together on broken plays.
I'll tell you, hats off to the line and the backs and Dagan Hahn, the entire offense on that. Just never gave up on that play, and Hahn, to keep that alive, was amazing.
Wow, 1st and 10 Falcons at the Raider 36-yard line. You're right, he switched directions probably 4 or 5 times throughout the play. What a job. And here's the gift to Mark Contreras up the middle, going to pick up a few yards. Great job.
Yeah.
That pass play from Dagan Hahn to Keegan Brewer, good for 25 yards. Brewer coming into the game as the Falcons' second leading receiver, 24 catches.
And he took a hit. Well, he grabbed that ball, and they put a pretty big hit on him.
Contreras still in the backfield with Hahn. On 2nd and 6, Hahn tries to slant to Shaq. He catches it at the 26-yard line where he is immediately tackled very close to another Falcon first down. Falcons finding that rhythm. They're moving the football. We're scoring points. And after the big defensive stop there by the Falcon defense, we are knocking on the door here, Nick.
Yes. It's like we found a little bit of a soft spot, and we're just exploiting it. This team's figuring something out, and they're really making it work.
Falcons with some substitutions. Looks like they're going to go to a big package. It was not a first down. Going to bring up 3rd and 1. Bryce McDougal, number 16, coming in to play tight end. Shaq going over to the far side. It's Simpson and Contreras. Simpson and Berry in the backfield with Hahn. 2 receivers to the far side. The give is to Simpson behind the block. Berry's going to have first down yardage to the 23-yard line. Well-designed play, well-executed play for the Falcons to keep the chains moving. Very good job, good blocking. Wait to Brandon Simpson following that block of sophomore Aaron Berry in his first varsity action. I've been very impressed with number 33 here tonight, Nick.
Yes. Man, they don't have an answer for him. He can just slide through.
They're going to try the hitch to the right side. It's Brett Sasser. He's got room inside the 15. Flags all over the place. He's down to the 11. It's a Falcon first down, depending what the call is. There's not flags all over the place. There's only one, but it just sure seemed like it jumped out to me.
Yeah, it did. And I tell you, that little matchup with Brandon in the backfield, they are really going at each other. But
these refs better get this under control, or there's going to be a little skirmish out here.
That play's coming back, holding called against the Falcons, and I hate to see it, and maybe that's what sprung Brett Sasser on the play. It was going to be a Falcon first down to about the 16-yard line, and unfortunately this one's coming back.
Yeah, not what we need there, but at least we have first down, you know.
It was a spot foul. Ball going to be spotted at the 32-yard line. It's still first. Looks to be about 1st and 18 here for the Falcons. Hahn fakes. He's going to throw the ball. Left side. Pass gets by Shackelford. Nearly picked off at the 20. Bounces off the defender's hands. It's incomplete. Going to bring up 2nd and 18.
Yeah, number 3, Israel, for the defender out there. That ball was in his hands and bounced out.
Talked about Keegan Brewer, the team's second leading receiver. 3 Falcon receivers entered this game with 24 catches each. Josh Jackson, who won't play tonight or for the next few weeks, 24 for 484. Keegan Brewer, 24 for 396 and 7 touchdowns. And Brandon Simpson, 24 for 180 and 3 touchdowns. So they spread it around. Here comes Hahn. He rolls left, turns around, fires back to the right. It's Keegan Brewer hauling it in. A little bit of a bubble screen over there on that right side. He takes the ball to the 29-yard line. Short 4-yard gain, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 14.
Yeah.
Excuse me. About 3rd and 15.
See what Coach Mills dials up for us here. I know he's got something good for us.
Falcons going to go with the empty set. 4 receivers here to the near sideline. It's Sasser alone on the far side. Oh, boy, it's a jail rush for the Rider defenders. Hahn just trying to get away. He's going to heave it downfield, out of bounds, thrown away, gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Holy smokes, he was 25 yards behind the line of scrimmage after he ran back and twisted and turned. That play didn't look all that great for Lake Dallas, but a decent showing, and let's see what they have here. Are we going to kick the ball away?
Going for a field goal.
Well, Kriegsman out on the field. Hahn's going to spot the ball at the 37-yard line. It's a 47-yard attempt. Trejo's been kicking off deep down there. Oh, boy, that's a fake play. They snap it as Tauefa gets on the field. Wow, Hahn stood up. They snap it to him. Tauefa was a late addition to the play. He must have just been hanging out on the sideline. A Rider Raider defender gets over there to defend Tauefa.
I love the play. I love it because they just made a very smart defensive play, but it had everybody confused. You thought Josiah's not even supposed to be on the field, and then they throw it to him, and it was a planned play. Great job.
Yeah, that was one of those trick plays where it looks like he's walking on the field late, and then he just takes off.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I love the shot. Unfortunately for the Falcons, one of those Raider defenders was Johnny on the spot, kind of paying attention. That play easily could have went for a touchdown.
Yes. I really like the play a lot. Good job, Coach.
Now, was that Nathan Gilbert I heard over there with you, Brother Van?
That was Nathan.
All right, letting Nathan get a little bit of sideline duty in. After a 35-point first quarter, oh, boy, here's a little bit of trickery for the Raiders. Wow. Pass complete to Allison at the 45. He's inside Falcon territory. Tackled at the 30 by Josh Rowe coming over from a safety position. I think we're going to have a horse collar.
You know, and his hand was in the shoulder pad a little bit right there, so maybe that's a good call.
Well, I tell you what, it prevented a touchdown because Allison had smooth sailing. Boy, there was just a ton of misdirection, and I'm not exactly sure. London did a great job putting that ball on his hip and holding it, and that's exactly what the call was. It was a horse collar. It's a personal foul, 15 yards. Should take the ball all the way down to the Falcon 14.
Yeah. Did you see the ref calling the horse collar?
Yeah, it grabbed
looked like he was out there break dancing. It looked like for a minute.
Oh, unfortunate for the Falcons after they had a nice 9-play, 63-yard drive down into Raider territory. They couldn't capitalize on that possession, and here in one quick play, the Raiders all just knocking on the Falcons' door once again. 5 minutes left to go in their second quarter, and we have no score through the second quarter. Falcons trailing by a score of 14-21, and a little timeout on the field called by the referees. Don't forget, the Raiders beat the Trophy Club Byron Nelson Bobcats in their opening game in district play, and we heard it was a little bit of trickery coming from the Raiders for a late touchdown that really put that game out of reach. So Nelson played them pretty tough. And all right, so they're going to spot this ball at the 14-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Raiders. Let's see if that Falcon defense can make another big stand. Withrow, Tauefa, trailer in on that defensive line. Again, they're going with the 4 backers and the 4 defensive backs. And here comes Micah Gerald on a blitz off the left side. A little fade to the left corner toward Basher. Great defensive play by Bob Jackson, getting his hand up to tip that ball away. Beautiful play by Bob.
I tell you, I thought he was beat at first, and I thought, oh, no, here comes 6. And then he just jumps right at the last second, doing a great job of reading that receiver's eyes and paying attention.
Nick, I got to tell you, I love with these 4 backers, we're sending an extra pass rusher, and they never know where it's coming from. I really like that. And that could disrupt the timing and potentially, you know, create turnovers along the way. Allison in the Wildcat formation. He gives the ball to Fleeks around the left side. There's a hold out there on the far side. Fleeks going to be run out of bounds at the 6-yard line, but that play is going to be coming back. You can see it all the way.
Yep. They definitely holding Jamal Carter for a mile.
Yeah, he got outside the numbers, and somebody was all over Jamal Carter, I believe, huh?
Yeah. So why? That's just a direct snap to 19 and a little trickery right there? Or?
Not really. He's just lining up as the quarterback. You know, a lot of these teams, you know, if they have their quarterback in that pistol or shotgun formation, they call it a normal offense. If they put a skilled position in at the same position, you know, behind in a shotgun or pistol formation,
right.
They call it the Wildcat for whatever reason. But you know,
a little similar when we put Brandon back there, right?
Yeah, just a little bit of a switch up. You know, both those kids, I'm sure, can throw the ball, and both of them can run it, kind of a dual threat. So typically you see a lot of running out of that formation.
Guys, it could be a real moral victory if we go in that locker room 21-14 instead of 28-14.
Amen to that, brother.
No doubt. 2nd and 19 here after the penalty. They motion his only back out of the offense. Here's London fires down the left hash. Incomplete, intended for Devon Allison. It's going to bring up 3rd and 19, great down and distance here.
Caught a lucky
Falcon
break
defense.
there. He just underthrew his receiver there.
Yes, he did. It was just a quick little slant route, wasn't it, from the outside?
Yeah, just wide open.
.447 left to go here in the second quarter of play. Falcons trailing the Rider Raiders 21-0. Falcons have really fought back well to keep themselves in the game. And in my opinion, shown a lot of poise, not melting. It didn't look good here for the Falcons, but they have fought back nicely. There's a timeout on the field called by Lake Dallas. Again, 4:47 left to go. Raiders 21, Falcons 14. This is the Lake Dallas Falcon Quarterback Club broadcast.
Catalyst Youth Ministries is a dynamic event that takes place every Wednesday night at the Church of Corinth. Our environment is designed for students between 6th and 12th grade. We offer an amazing band led by our students and a fine arts program that enhances every area of life. Come join us and the 150 students that meet every single week, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. to help support this football program and every facet of Falcon student life. Go Falcons!
Hello, Lake Dallas fans. Nick Fredrickson with T-Rock Roofing. I am your Texas Storm Specialist. Call on me day or night to fix it right, the first time. Specializing in insurance claims, call me to find out why I am the most referred local roofer. No job too big or small, we fix them all. Find me at www.dallasroofer.com or call on me at 214-289-6776. To get it fixed, call Nick.
Okay, Falcon fans, on 3rd and 19. Chase London out there in that shotgun formation. He's got 2 receivers at the far side. This is a huge defensive play, and I'm sure that's why Coach called the timeout, wanting to make sure we have our ducks in a row. London dropping back to pass. Can't find anybody. Rolls out of the pocket toward the far sideline. He throws downfield. Allison with one hand tips it up to himself, catches it at the 16-yard line, well short of a first down. It's going to bring up 4th down and 12 for the Raiders. Good.
We almost had a pick there. That was great coverage.
Yeah, it was great blanket coverage. Allison had that inside position, and he actually just kind of tipped it up with one hand to himself. The Rider Raiders sending on their field goal unit, Luis Trejo. Ball's going to be spotted at the 23-yard line, 33-yard attempt here. 4 minutes and counting. The kick by Trejo. Is it going to get there, Nick? It's high enough. And it barely squeaks through and over the crossbar. I cannot believe that. It looked like a pooch kick, and it barely got there. Wow. So with 4:02 left to go here in the second quarter, Raiders 24, Falcons 14. This is the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Hey Falcon fans, Parker here for TW Hicks Incorporated. For high-quality, cutting-edge industrial flooring solutions, call TW Hicks at 866-841-3484 or find us on the web at www.twhicksinc.com. A local Lake Dallas family-based company with over 20 years of experience serving Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. Products you need, service you deserve.
Dr. V at Corinth Orthodontics, a longtime fan and proud sponsor of Falcon football. He wishes them the best of luck in the 2013 season, and go Falcons.
All right, we're back, Falcon fans, and we're set to receive their kickoff.
Hey, Falcon fans, hopefully if you're listening on the radio, Patrick keeps saying we're a little bit hot. Brother Van, are you thinking that too? As far as the sound?
There you go.
Yeah,
Are we just a tad hot?
In my ears, you are.
Okay, so he says when we crank up the decibel levels, it gets to the point where it's distorted and you can't hear. So we're working on that. Here's the kick by Trejo. It's going to be fielded by Gerald Bryant at the goal line. He's going to bring it on out. Got across 10. Has a little bit of running room down that far sideline out to the 26-yard line. Good return there by the senior defensive back kick returner, Gerald Bryant.
Yeah.
Hey, want to give a shout-out to a couple fans I know we have over there in the stadium listening. Clay and Kay Pierce listen, and I see them over there in your black shirts waving to us. They talk to me every week, and they love listening to St. Nick and Dandy Dan. I don't know if they like listening to us. I think they just like getting a little bit extra information. But thanks for listening, guys. Also, Patrick Stile over there by the monitor helping us out with our sound issues. There's the give to Brandon Simpson. He's bottled up in the backfield, going to be dropped for a 3-yard loss. So Falcons, again, need to get one of those sustained drives going, pick up some first downs, and hopefully put points on the scoreboard here before this second quarter runs out of time.
Yeah, we got enough time, and we got the weapons. Let's get that chains moving.
Contreras in the backfield. 3 receivers here to the near side. Raiders showing blitz. 3 down linemen. Here comes one of their linebackers and a second one. Hahn going to deliver a strike to Shackelford at the 35-yard line. Shack still on his feet, takes it out to the 39-yard line. First down, Lake Dallas, and a great pass play from Hahn to the Shack. Gotta love it, baby. Clock stops at 3:19 as they set the chains. Once they get that ball spot and the chain set, the ref will say, let's wind it, and here we're moving. Give to Contreras up the middle. Boy, he gets tanked, and he does a complete flip in the air out to the 43-yard line. 4-yard pickup on the play, and the Falcons just keep moving the ball.
Somersaults his way to a 4-yard gain.
I said tanked, and I meant submarine. That defender came and got his legs.
Yeah.
I knew it was some type of weapon. Brewer in motion from right to left to give it to him. He makes one defender miss, stays on his feet out to the 47-yard line. 3-yard gain, going to bring up 3rd and 3 for Lake Dallas. Excuse me, it's going to be 3rd and 2. 2:37 and counting here in this first quarter play. Simpson, Brett Sasser out wide on the far side or the right side for Lake Dallas. Keegan Brewer going to line up in that right slot. Contreras in the backfield. The Shack alone here on the left side. It's 3rd down and 2 for the Falcons. And the Rider Raiders show that 3-man front. The linebackers consistently coming up showing blitz. They slide the guy inside. There's a linebacker. Looks like he's going to come off that right side. And we have a flag. Okay, the flag is going to be picked up, not delay a game. Timeout called by the Falcons. It's their last one of the half. So with 2:05 left to go here in the second quarter, Raiders 24, Falcons 14. This is the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
For building owners and managers in the DFW area, TD Industries is a mechanical contractor specializing in life cycle solutions. Services include commercial heating and air conditioning, electrical services, facility management, plumbing, building automation systems, and refrigeration. Contact Orland Hilliard at 972-888-9370.
All right, Falcon fans, we're back here live at Memorial Stadium in Wichita Falls. We have a great game going on. 2:05 left to go in the second quarter of play. Falcons 14, the Rider Raiders 24. Falcons have the ball. They are on a 4-play, 21-yard drive, and they're near midfield. It's 3rd down and 2 at their own 47-yard line. So, again, we come out with the same formation. Shack alone here on the left side. Contreras in the backfield with Hahn. They fake it to Contreras. There's a little slant thrown behind Brandon Simpson at the 45 of the Raiders. And, wow, throw the flag. You got to be kidding me. Simpson's trying to get on his feet. 2 Raiders come and get in his face and knock him over.
Yeah, they're just not even watching all night for that.
That is absolutely wrong, and I just can't believe that with all the zebras out there that can't see that nobody couldn't feel what happened. That is ridiculous. Hey, ref, you're missing a good game.
After every play, they're doing that.
Man, that is just all sorts of wrong. Oh. Man, oh, man. So here comes
Well, that should have been a
Simpson.
first down for us right there with that penalty, you know.
Simpson in punt formation. It's 4th and 2. 2 minutes left to play. And we have a lot of Falcons just saying, hey, we're missing somebody. Here comes Hunter Blanton on late. Play clock is down to 0, and we have a flag. It's going to be a delay of game. Falcons, what a mess. There's number 81, Tristan Bowen, in the game. Also being called up from JV. There's a 5-yard march off. It's going to bring up 4th and 7 at the Falcon 42.
Yeah, we just looked a little bit confused on what we wanted to do there. I think that penalty that didn't get called for Brandon had so much commotion on the sidelines that kids didn't get in the proper time and get the signals they needed.
So our entire team goes over to the sideline. There is not a timeout on the field. 13 seconds left to go on the play clock. This time Logan Stewart in punt formation. Brandon Simpson was out there before. 5 on the clock, play clock. And we have a whistle. There's a flag on the play.
Wow.
So it looks like this is probably going to be going against the Falcons. Pre-snap penalty. They never let the play get off. That's another 5 yards. Falcons just kind of keep taking it out and shooting it right toward their lower extremities, don't they, Nick?
And I don't like this because, I mean,
we don't need to give them 10 yards.
Yeah.
I don't like it either, Brother Van.
I mean, they're gonna get the ball in good field position here.
Yeah, now it's 4th down and 12. It was 4th down and 2 short penalties ago. Boy, that kick nearly blocked.
Yeah, there you go, baby.
Good job, Logan Stewart. I think he sold a little bit. And great punt coverage. That guy tackled at his 25-yard line by Kane Cox. But Logan Stewart might have won an Oscar on that one, did he? Did he get hit very hard?
He did get hit very hard, but he did a great job of selling that penalty.
Yes, he did, and there's no more of this 5-yard stuff. I think anytime you hit the punter, it's definitely a personal foul, and it's a 15-yarder, so that should give the Falcons a first down.
Yeah.
All right.
And plenty of time for us to get down there and score still.
Yeah, that ball was at the 37, so we're going to take it all the way into Ryder territory to the 48-yard line. All right, we'll take it. There you go, 48, pal. Just listen to me.
All right.
And just when I said they couldn't see, he must have felt that one. Who knows? All right, guys, this is the Lake Dallas Falcon Homer Network, and we are on fire. Boy, a little option play. Pitch to Contreras. It hits the ground, and he covers it. And there's a little, wow. Come on, guys. He's on the ground with the football. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just too big of a homer, but I thought it was a little bit late coming in there again.
That one isn't so bad, but the other stuff has been pretty outrageous.
All right, that play goes all the way back to the Falcon at 44. 8-yard loss on the play. Hahn dropping back to pass, pressure off both ends. He steps up in the pocket, still nothing to do. Spins, comes over here to the near side. He's going to fire down the center of the field. It is and it's both caught and fumbled. Brewer there to pick it up at the 33-yard line and takes it to, wow. What a play. I believe it was Simpson or Sasser on the reception, gets hit, fumbles it forward.
I thought he tossed it to Keegan, is what I really thought he was doing.
Well, we don't want to say that because at that point it would be a penalty and a forward lateral, but nonetheless, first down Falcons in Raider territory, 33-yard line. Play goes for 21 yards.
No, heads up by Keegan, just being aware of situation.
Empty set. There's a pitch inside coming to Brandon Simpson, who comes out of the right slot position. Play goes for about a 1-yard gain, trying to run a little bit of misdirection there as Hahn took the snap, rolled right, pitched it to Simpson coming back to his left.
Somebody needs to tell the defense they're supposed to hit Brandon after the play again right there.
Less than a minute. Yeah, less than a minute left to go. Falcons go empty. 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Heavy pressure again. Hahn rolling right, fires the ball downfield. And it's picked off at the 16-yard line. He's racing down the far sideline, smooth sailing, and unfortunately this is going to go all the way for a Raider touchdown. Unfortunately, ill-advised pass. Dagan Hahn none too pleased with himself. And the Raiders, the Falcons trying to respond to get himself out of that 10-point deficit. Throw a pick six that goes about 84 yards.
You know, he for the whole second quarter, he's been able to make magic happen and just become a wow factor here. And just his luck ran out a little bit on that play. They had his leg, and he had to just kind of bend back and didn't get the throw he wanted.
That kick by Trejo up. It's good with 29 seconds left to go. Raiders 31, Falcons 14. This is the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Hey, Falcon fans, in need of new floors in your home? Look no further than Flooring America. Serving North Texas for over 25 years, the 11th fastest growing company in Texas. They offer lifetime installation, guarantee low prices, largest selections in town, best service before and after the sale. Certified salespeople, many of whom played and graduated right here at Lake Dallas. Visit us online at www.myflooringamerica.com.
James Wood Auto Park, new or used vehicles, or if you need major repairs or routine maintenance. Proud to be a sponsor of the 2013 Lake Dallas Falcons football. James Wood Auto Park in Denton. I'd like to thank Laird Lynn and Lake Cities Realty for being a Lake Dallas Falcons football supporter once again this year. Whether buying or selling, he has proven results. Check out lakecitiesrealty.com.
We are back, Falcon fans, here at Memorial Stadium, and the Rider Raiders have just taken an interception from Dagan's pass and ran it back for a pick six and then punched in the extra point. So we have a current score right here of 31-14. Your Falcons are trailing, but we are determined, and we have life, and we will not give up.
29 seconds left to go here in the first half, and yeah, we need some life, and it looks like Trejo's setting up maybe either for a pooch kick or they might just attempt an onside kick. Let's see what's going on.
A flag down here.
Ref's whistle. We have a penalty marker down on the field, and I'm not quite sure what's going on. Ball spotted at the 40 on the left hash. Did they break the huddle with too many people? I'm not exactly sure. You don't see that on a kickoff, or was it a delay of game somehow?
I don't know. The flag was way down here by me at the 10-yard line, way down at the receiving end.
Well, I got to tell you, football fans, I don't know much, and I certainly don't know what just happened there. But here's a pooch kick by Trejo. It's going to be fielded by Keegan Brewer at the 27-yard line. He races over toward the Falcons sideline, gets tripped up, falls forward to the 32-yard line. 25 seconds left to go here, and let's see if the Falcons elect to even try to move the ball, or if Coach Young says, hey, let's take a knee and get on out of here. Right now, all the Raider defense doing is pinning their ears back, going after Dagan Hahn, and creating a little bit of chaos. So.
Yeah, I think so. I think you kneel it here, you go into halftime, you don't let anything crazy happen, no injury. You know, a lot of times those wild plays, somebody gets hurt.
I agree with you all the way. Walker Valsius in at the left slot. They're going to fake it to Barry. Throw a little inside bubble screen. Wow, interesting play to the shack, and that ball is taken out to the 39-yard line. And once again, Brandon Simpson wrapped up with another Rider player. I don't know what is going on, but it seems like he's just getting – I mean that Rider defensive player was 10 yards deep in the backfield going after Brandon Simpson.
Yeah, not even close to the play.
So, folks, clock hits 0. Stay tuned for the band, and stay tuned for the Mark Tucker All-State Minute with Coach Young as the Falcons are headed to the locker room, trailing the Raiders by a score of 31-14.
Nick Fredrickson here for North Star Bank of Texas, your local Lake Dallas friendly bank since 1973. North Star leads the way in community banking in both personal and business banking needs, whether it's checking or savings, or buying or refinancing.
Okay, we got Coach Young here. Coach, I know coaches don't like to talk about this, but there seems to be a lot of extracurricular activity going on after the play. They've been keying on Brandon Simpson. How frustrating is that?
No, that's part of it. We can't worry about that stuff. We got to just worry about stuff that we can control and our own penalties and our own stuff. So that referee's got to handle that. If they don't, then that's just nothing we can do anything about. We just got to take care of the ball better, and we'll be all right. We just need to go out in here and try to win this quarter. If we can win the third quarter, we'll get ourselves back in the game. We were able to move the ball, so we just got to get some stops, maybe get a turnover like we did last week to start the second half, and we'll get ourselves back in the game.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. It seems a while to get us going here at the beginning, and we always got to pull ourselves out of the deficit. But you think you can do it back in the third quarter?
We can get back in it. We'll be fine.
Okay, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Okay, there we go.
And you still did it, didn't you? The little clipboard butt pat. Good job there, Brother Van.
Let me mention this. Before he came up to me, he was yelling across the field at the refs. It appeared that way, or at the coaches on the other side of the field. So he's very frustrated, but he handled it very well there. He just does as most coaches do and just try to play it off.
Totally agree. And really everything he said was spot on. You can't do it. You got to tend to your own garden. You got to make sure that you can control what you're controlling.
Here's Patrick with the band.
Patrick Style.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Man, not much. Kind of a rough half for football here for the Falcon faithful, but, hey, good news is your Lake Dallas Marching Band is on the field.
That's right, baby. The Lake Dallas Marching Band is here. This is Patrick Style to bring you the halftime show. and the High Steppers are out here, and the band will be accompanying them in 2 different songs, so we're going to listen in on that.
All right, very good. Hey, we're going to let you take it away. Band folks, enjoy the Lake Dallas Marching Band and the narration of Patrick Style.
See you, Dan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Lake Dallas High School is proud to present the award-winning Lake Dallas High School High Steppers. The 2013-2014 High Steppers are directed by Christy DeShazo and assistant director Katie Shockley. The 2013-2014 High Stepper dance officers are Lieutenant Haley Sherman, Lieutenant Ashley Jensen, Lieutenant Anna Jarvis, Senior Lieutenant Jessica Brown, Senior First Lieutenant Abigail Ralph, and your Senior Captain, Madison Barrett. The 2013-2014 social officers are President Haley Jones, Vice President Esther Shin, and Vice President Madeline Serta. This week's Spirit Girl of the Week is Lauren Weiser, and High Stepper of the Week is Cora Dudas. This week, the High Steppers will perform a positive tune to the hit song Starship, performed by the Lake Dallas High School Southland Marching Band.
All right, that's your Lake Dallas High School Marching Band playing 2 songs for the High Steppers there. First song was That's Entertainment, and the second song was Starships. And now, please welcome with me to the field the Pride of Falcon Land, the 2013 edition of the award-winning Lake Dallas Falcon Band. The band tonight is being led onto the field by senior drum majors Ryan Stile and Lupita Lerma. Junior drum major is Greg Elder. The color guard captain tonight is Raven Flanagan, and drumline captain is Justin Norris. The directors for the Lake Dallas High School Marching Band are Denise Kennedy, Frankie Burke, and Juan Nunez, with assistance from color guard instructor Rusty Keaton and student teacher Corey Davis. Tonight, the band will be performing their 2013 competition show entitled Dark Matter, A Journey Through Galactic Shadows, featuring the music of Gustav Holst, Jork, and Michael Giancino.
And Michael Giacchino.
There you have it, folks, the Lake Dallas High School Marching Band 2013 competition show. The section of the week is the clarinets. The outstanding marcher of the week is Matt Lyons. The Falcon Marching Band is sponsored by the North Star Bank, Estes Educational Consulting, and Mark Tucker Insurance. The Lake Dallas Band will be in competition at the Classic on the Lake Marching Festival in Little Elm on Saturday. We would like to thank the Lake City's community for their support throughout this competitive season. Let's hear it one more time for your Lake Dallas High School Falcon Marching Band.
Good evening, football fans. These records visiting Southland Zone. Rider High School in Wichita Falls ISD. One major with protocol. Tonight, the Pride Raiders will be performing their 2013 UIL contest show titled Wichita, based on the music of Gene Jones.
Good job, lady.
Drum major, is your band ready? You may now begin your performance.